Hi, vinyl community. It's Maria. So today I'm going to be doing the Damon Talks Records challenge, which is showing 10 perfect albums in your collection. So in addition to the 10 LPs, I'm going to show two EPs, two perfect EPs as well. So if you haven't seen Damon Talks Records channel, he is a VC member in the UK and he just started making videos this calendar year, so like 2 months ago. So check him out. So when I think of perfect albums, this is what immediately pops into my mind. It's the 1994 debut Weezer self-titled album called the Blue Album because of the packaging. It produced by Rick Ocasek of the Cars, and this album from the beginning, from the very first song, "My Name Is Jonas," you're hooked, and then 42 minutes later you're like, I want to take that ride again. So there were a number of hits. There were Buddy Holly, the Sweater Song, Undone, the Sweater Song, but I really like the deep cuts. I really, my favorite, so not just my favorite song off this record, but almost probably top three is Surf Wax America, because it's got this surfy feel, but I sort of feel like you get sucked in, almost like, I mean, almost like Undertow, but not bad. You get sucked in a good way, and it's it's absolutely incredible in the garage. So as far as like, okay, what is the genre? Like alternative, which in 1994, what the hell did alternative mean? But so I've heard geek rock. Well, in the garage, they're singing about their 12-sided die, all the sort of like Dungeons and Dragons, all sort of like geek type of things. And there's an insert in here, and I'm not going to bring it out, but it sort of looks like the garage that they're singing about. The World Has Turned and Left Me Here, another incredible one. Now it ends with Only in Dreams, which is about 8 minutes, and it sort of just soothes you and brings you out till the final note. And like I said, you want to turn the record over and just start it all over again. Not a bad song on this album. And so the next one, the Ramones, Rocket to Russia. So this is their third studio album, came out in 77. Now the picture on the front was taken by Danny Fields, who I think was managing them at the time. He's done so much in music. So he was a record executive, he managed the band. And then so the back, really, the illustration, and there's a lot that could be politically incorrect in here. The illustration, if you look in the corner, John Holmstrom, who was the editor of Punk magazine, did this, as well as the inner sleeve. You've got the lyrics, and you've got some really incredible illustrations. And we've got Sheena. Where is she? We've got Sheena. That's my favorite song off this record is Sheena is a Punk Rocker. So this is obviously punk. It's been considered surf punk. And Sheena is a Punk Rocker. They got their surfboards ready to go to the discoteca go-go, like one of my favorite lines. So then you got that. You've got Teenage Lobotomy. You got the cover of the Trashman song, Surfing Bird. And, well, I don't care, it's, apathy. I don't care about this girl. I don't care about the world. And, and for some reason I like We're a Happy Family. It's sort of interesting. So, Do You Want to Dance? I'd forgotten that was on here. Yeah, so I like that cover as well. But yeah, this is my favorite Ramones record, and this one is from it came out in 77 on Sire, and I can't remember which pressing this is for the life of me. I can't remember which pressing this one is, but it's an early pressing. Now this one, Dorian Electra, Flamboyant. So this was self-released in 2019, and then but this here is the bonus reissue, and it's got four. It came out in 2021. It was reissued with four bonus tracks. They've got um, Guyliner Part 2. Guyliner, it was on the original. Your Kind of Guy, and it really, I've shown this in another video. I just love the color palette and the disc itself. Well, first let me show this insert. You've got the lyrics on this side, and then but the disc is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, and the whole color palette is just so incredible. So basically the hyperpop is the genre, and I showed this in another video because I had just discovered hyperpop through Dorian Electra. And the way I describe it, Career Boy is probably my favorite. You know, they're singing about, you know, the daily grind of just work, work, work. We've got songs like Daddy Like is really good, Guyliner, Adam and Steve. So they're sort of messing with, you know, gender norms and stuff like that. There's a lot of, it's sort of avant-garde. There's a lot of vocal manipulation, and it's totally different from anything that I really would ever listen to. So I just got this within the past year. Absolutely incredible. Flamboyant, musical genius. The videos, check out the videos, because before I started listening to music, I went and watched their videos, and I was hooked. Videos on par with what I felt when I would watch Madonna, where the videos just caught me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy any record. So I've got this, and this is my favorite. I also have, what was the one after this? My Agenda, but this one's my favorite. My Agenda is 2 discs, but this one right here, the LP, not a bad song on it. Plus it's got the 4 bonus tracks. So now Tom Waits, Closing Time. This I love early Tom Waits. I love all the piano and stuff like that. Now, I will listen to anything that Tom Waits puts out because it's always interesting, but I'm really more into early Tom Waits. So this one, this is it. Okay, it came out in 73. I was trying to figure out which pressing this is. It's got the Blue Asylum Clouds label that they used through the 70s, but this isn't the original pressing. I was thinking maybe 75 possibly, but I couldn't really nail it down. And so anyway, so the songs basically, so Martha, he's calling up an old love after like I think 40 years or something, and it's heartbreaking, and you know, talking about everything that they've done, you know, in the past 40 years. And I Hope That I Don't Fall in Love with You is probably one of my favorite Tom Waits songs, and that's the second song on here. A Grapefruit Moon is beautiful, and then it ends with Closing Time, which is an instrumental. So absolutely incredible early Tom Waits record. Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. So this came out in, was it 83? This is the second LP. Came out in 83. And I'm going to admit, even though I think this is a perfect album, I sort of stopped listening to Billy Idol after this. So if anyone has any recommendations for anything post Rebel Yell, please let me know in the comments. So when I've re-listened to this, doing this in preparation for this video, I had forgotten how incredible Steve Stevens, and there's a picture of him, is on the guitar. And we really, like, I need to really give him more credit, because he and Billy Idol wrote these songs. And Do Not Stand in the Shadows, the guitar intro is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, give Steve Stevens credit too. Now there are the hits, Eyes Without a Face, which is actually, it's just like with the Blue album. The hits were not my favorite songs. I like the deep cuts. I love Blue Highway. I love, let's see, Oh, well, Flesh for Fantasy was sort of a hit, not as big as Eyes Without a Face. And then it ends with The Dead Next Door, which is very slow. I guess when it starts, um, yeah, it starts with a bang with Rebel Yell. And then by the time they get to The Dead Next Door, it's slowed down. But yeah, the deep cuts on that are a lot, or I like them better than the songs that were hits. And Eyes Without a Face is obviously a great song, but there's so many better ones on there, but not a bad song on the entire record. Okay, Betty Davis, Nasty Gal. So she wrote and performed and produced all of these songs. This is her third studio album. It came out in '75. This one was reissued, oh my gosh, in 2018. There are 250 on red vinyl, and let me show you. So this is a pretty, I didn't realize that this is a rarer pressing, I guess. The gorgeous red vinyl. Then it also has an insert with some absolutely, so Betty Davis, this is a great picture from the 70s. I'm guessing she's with Funk House, which was her the band that was accompanying her. Now the vocals were also, she shared vocals with Fred Mills, and oh, and then also on the record, the song, I think it's You and I, she wrote with her ex-husband, Miles Davis. And it's sort of a slower song. It's a little jazzy, whereas the rest of the music on this is funky as heck. So this one, the red vinyl came out on Light in the Attic records. It was mastered from the original tapes, and so this came out in 2018, but this is a 1975 album, and I don't think it had been reissued until this, unless something came out on CD, but I can't remember. So yeah, we've got so Nasty Gal, like all of this, she's like yelping and growling and is just funky and absolutely incredible. So yeah, with the addition of You and I, which she and Miles Davis did together, and they had been divorced for a number of years when they got together to do that record, or that song on that record. Now, the Muffs' self-titled debut, 1993. Although it only debuted, I think, on CD and cassette. It didn't come out on vinyl. So this right here is a 2017 reissue. It came on, what is it? I think it's 140 gram. We've got this great insert. It's 140 gram green vinyl, and the hit was Lucky Guy, and then they covered an Angry Samoan song, Stupid Jerk, and yeah, I think there are only 500 copies of this, and when I play it from start to finish, it makes me want to dance. If I'm down, I can just put on the Muffs, and it's very energetic. Someone had said that a lot of the songs are like very similar. They're all great. Like it catches me from start to finish and makes me want to dance, and it just absolutely wonderful. So oh, and then John Spencer was on theremin for the song I Need You. So really interesting. So glad they finally put it out on vinyl, especially such a gorgeous green disc. Now, great from start to finish, Duran Duran's Rio. This came out in '82. It was their second studio album. The cover is by Robert Nagel, who the cover is just so quintessential 1980s. So as far as like having a picture of the band, there is a picture of the band on the inner sleeve. So there they are, all just looking so handsome with their it's almost like, I think Nick Rhodes described this. So, is it new romantic? Is it new wave? I think Nick Rhodes described this as elegant punk. And you can tell by the way they're dressed and Yeah, their hair was always perfect, their makeup was perfect. So basically, um, Rio, of course, was the big hit, and so with Rio and then My Own Way is sort of like very energetic, and then Lonely in Your Nightmare. So they sort of take it down a little, and then start right up with Hungry Like the Wolf. These videos for Hungry Like the Wolf and Save a Prayer were filmed in Sri Lanka. And I've always said I think that the video for Save a Prayer could be used by the Sri Lankan Tourism Board. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And when I was in high school, whenever Save a Prayer came on at a school dance, that was like the oh, it's time to slow dance song. You know, they just put Save a Prayer on. The Chauffeur is the final song, and it's a perfect ending. It's sort of it sort of slows it down, and is just a great way to end this album. There's so many greats. A New Religion, Last Chance on the Stairway. It brings me back to, well, I bought this in '84. It came out in '82. It brings me back to that time period, and Duran Duran were just, at the top of their game. So, Beastie Boys, Check Your Head. This is a double disc. It's very glossy, and so is this just? Oh, got this as well. The so basically, and a lot of pictures. Now, I originally got this on CD, the word of mouth, when this came out. It was just, I mean, I was hearing it from every direction. So, yeah, I had to get the CD. I bought this. I thought I bought this in 2021, but then I was looking. I think this is a 2022, but I could have sworn I got it in 2021. And so yeah, the word of mouth. I saw them. So right when this came out, or a few months after it came out, I saw them at Georgia State. Rollins Band opened, and then Beastie Boys, and the tickets, because it was considered like a student activity. So students at Georgia State University could buy the tickets. It was like $5 or something. $5 or $8, nothing really big considering they had just released this huge record. And since I knew someone who went to Georgia State, a bunch of us got tickets and went to the I guess the gym or whatever, and saw them. So basically, it was remastered in 2009, and these are 180 gram, and I love the sampling. Obviously, is great. When I listened to this, I'd forgotten about, like, they have Jimmy Walker saying "Dynamite," and it starts out with Jimmy James, Funky Boss, Pass the Mic. So What You Want has to be my favorite. And this is the one time where that was probably one of the hits off here, the biggest hit. And it also is my favorite song. But there's so many other ones, and it Lighten Up and stuff like that. Really, really incredible to get it on vinyl, and 2 discs. So you got everything. Okay. And this one is just fun. It's another one that makes me want to dance. Another one that if I'm feeling down, I put on Plastic Bertrand, Ça Plan Pour Moi. And it says, this life's for me. And I guess that's the translation. And so this is a new wave, 1977 on Sire Records. So we've got Ça Plan Pour Moi. So some of the songs are in French. Plastic Bertrand is Belgian. And so some of the songs are in French and some are in English. And apparently the big song he didn't even really sing on. And but I love the fact that I get to hear the French lyrics, I get to hear English lyrics. I wish, because he was Belgian, I wish he had done a song in Flemish, but I guess they figured that wouldn't go over as well in marketing it internationally. But fun. I will if I'm down, put it on and dance, because it's just a load of fun. So, perfect EP, The Honeydrippers, Volume 1, came out in 1984. Robert Plant, he assembled a supergroup. Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, Paul Schaefer was on keyboards, piano, and Nile Rodgers on guitar, and who co-produced. So it was a super group. I think it was only released on vinyl in 84 and 85, and I think they came out with a CD that was like remastered. I'm not even sure, but so it's got, I Get a Thrill, Sea of Love, which that was sort of like the hit off of this. And what was great, I was just starting freshman year at high school, and a girl sitting next to me, we were talking about this record, and she said her dad had told her that his freshman year in high school, Sea of Love, was on the radio. So I love stories like that. And then Young Boy Blues, Rockin' at Midnight, and oh yeah, and so it's a super group, and it was volume 1, and unfortunately, even though there had been talk about possibly a volume 2, it never happened. But this is some great, 5 songs, perfect from start to finish. I think Young Boy Blues is my favorite. And so the last one, perfect EP, Los Lobos and A Time to Dance. So this was their second release. It's the first on Slash. I think it came out in 83. And the song on Selma won a Grammy. It was the first, what was it? The first Grammy for Best Mexican American Performance. And on Selma, is in Spanish, I think, and some of the songs are in English, some are in Spanish. It's considered Tex-Mex. It's Los Lobos from Los Angeles. And and also on this EP is what's that Richie Valens song? Oh my God. Oh, Come On, Let's Go. And I used to do a series of videos on this channel where I would play catch up with the band, and I did one about Los Lobos, and I honestly had never heard of Los Lobos until the movie La Bamba about Richie Valens came out, and they did the music for that. And so I was really happy to discover that Come On, Let's Go is on this. And this was 83, so this predated their involvement in the La Bamba movie. So they were doing Richie Valens songs before then. So basically, and it was co-produced by T-Bone Burnett and Steve Berlin, who had not yet become a member of the band. But really great. And this is sort of like with Plastic Bertrand. I love that it's bilingual, a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do, there are some other perfect albums, but I'm sort of holding them because I'm going to jump on the thread that Melinda Murphy started about which artists you have the most of in your collection. And I was sort of surprised, and it was fun. And some of those artists have perfect albums, and I'll mention that when I jump on this thread next time I post a video. So take care.